Hello and welcome to my 1902 farmhouse and my craft room. My name is Alicia with Country Mama Musings, and today we are working on this beautiful block 40, the fan stitch for our heirloom Afghan crochet along. So grab your supplies and let's get started. So we're going to be using our size H crochet hook and color A, whatever you've determined color A to be. For me, that is white. And to begin block 40, the fan stitch, we're going to chain 27. So going ahead and starting with our slip knot and getting that onto our hook, chain 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 26. Did I say we wanted 27? Here, look, there's 27. We need 27 chains. And let's go ahead and move on to row 1. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This is a tricky block. So make sure that you pay attention with me. You're probably going to see a lot of edits because I'm going to make some mistakes. So if you get a little frustrated, it's okay to walk away from your work a little bit and then come back to it, because this one is a little bit of a tricky one, but it's classic. I know you've seen it in a lot of the crochet patterns from eras gone by. So let's get moving on here to our fan stitch. Row 1. We're going to double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. So not counting the loop that's on our hook, counting over 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to place a double crochet right there in that stitch. So yarn over into our stitch, grabbing under our yarn and pulling it back through. We've got 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to place a double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches as well. So going to the next chain, here's a double crochet. And in the next chain, a double crochet. There we go. Moving on down our chain now, we're going to place a half double crochet in each of the next 2 chains. So yarn over and go into that chain, grabbing our yarn and pulling it back through. We've got 3 loops on our hook, and yarn over and pull through all 3 of them. That's our half double crochet. It's been a while since we've done some of those. Yarn over into our next stitch, pulling our yarn back through, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on our hook. So there we've got 1 half double crochet, 2 half double crochet as we're working along our chain. Now we're going to single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So right here in this stitch, complete a single crochet. There's 1. In the next stitch, a single crochet. There's 2. And in the next stitch, a single crochet. There's 3. We're going to kind of reverse that pattern now. We're going to do a half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So back to our half double crochets. So here's 1 half double crochet. And going to the next stitch, our chain there, we're going to complete another half double crochet. Now we're going to double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So in the next stitch, a double crochet. In the next stitch, a double crochet. And in the next stitch, a double crochet. Ooh, boy, that's a lot of stitches along our chain that are just kind of doing their own thing. They're going to be kind of weaving up and down to make the fans. Now, according to our pattern, we need to repeat that sequence again. The sequence starting with the half double crochets. So right here in these next 2 stitches, we're going to place 1 half double crochet in each stitch. So here's our first half double crochet. In the next stitch, a half double crochet. There we go. We're going to single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So here's a single crochet here. There's 1. A single crochet in the next stitch, that's 2, and a single crochet in the next stitch, that's 3. We're going to half double crochet in our next 2 chains here. So here's 1 half double crochet and a second half double crochet. Getting to the end of our sequence now, we're going to place a double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So here's a double crochet in this chain, a double crochet in the next chain here, and our third double crochet right there. We've got 1 chain left. According to our pattern, we're going to place a double crochet in our last chain right there. Make sure you get that last chain. Don't forget it. Don't skip it. You need it. So there is our double crochet. Let's take our hook out and look at this really crazy first row of our fan stitch. We have a series of double crochets down to half double crochets, single crochets, back up to half double crochets, double crochets, back down to half single crochet or half double crochets, single crochets, half double crochets, back up to double crochets. It's got this little weavy pattern, but I think we're going to need that in order to make the beginning foundation here for the fans to go across our block. Let's move on to row 2. Getting our hook back on our work here. For row 2, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. We're going to place a single crochet in the first 4 double crochet. This right here counts as our first one. So we're going to go into this one right here and place a single crochet. There's 1. Working across our row, we need 3 more. Here's our second single crochet, our third single crochet, and our 4th single crochet. All right, we've got 4 single crochets in. Let's see what's next for this row. We're going to skip the next 3 stitches. So skip 1, skip 2, skip 3. And right here in this very next stitch, we're going to work our first fan, and that is going to be 7 treble crochets. It's been a while since we've worked a treble, so I'll talk you through the first couple of trebles. Right here in this stitch, we want 7 of them. Yarn over once, yarn over twice, going into the stitch indicated, grabbing our yarn and pulling it back through. We have 4 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. That leaves us with 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Leaves us with 2 loops on our hook. And one last time, yarn over and pull through those last 2 loops on our hook, completing that treble crochet. That's the first one of 7. We need 7 in this stitch. That's a lot of stitches to be putting into this small amount of real estate. But let's move on. So here's our second treble crochet. Here's 3. I'm already running out of real estate. Go ahead and push your stitches aside if you need to. Here's 4 treble crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Here's 5 treble crochet. Again, push over if you need to. 6 treble crochet, and 1 more in that one little stitch. My goodness, there is 7 treble crochet in that one stitch, but look at what a beautiful fan that's going to make. And this block is called the fan stitch. So here's our first fan in its beginning stages. According to our pattern, we're going to skip the next 3 stitches. So we're going to skip 1, 2, 3. Working in this next stitch right here, we're going to place a single crochet and a single crochet in the next stitch and a single crochet in the next stitch. Let's talk about these 3 single crochets. These 3 single crochets, after we work our fan here, they're worked in the top of the 3 double crochets from the prior row. So if you're not working in a double crochet, look back at your stitches and make sure that your stitch count is correct. Okay, and also when we skipped these 3 stitches, look how it pulled the fan down. So it really created that beautiful arch there, and now we're working across the top of our row. We're going to repeat that little bit of a pattern. We're going to skip 1, 2, 3 stitches, and right here in this stitch we're going to place another fan. So 1, 2 times over our hook and go into that stitch and complete a treble crochet. We want 7 of them, so here's our first one. Here is our second. Three. 4. I'm going to go ahead and push my work aside a little bit there. 5. It's tight. 6 treble crochet, and we've got 1 more to place in that spot there. I'm going to push that aside a little bit there. And here is number 7. 7 treble crochet. Okay, continuing on with the sequence that we had over here, we're going to skip the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to place single crochets in these double crochets, these 3 double crochet right here. So here's 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and 3 single crochet according to our pattern. But what about this? What do we have right here? This is our beginning chain. We're going to single crochet into the top of that as well, so we don't leave that hanging that out to dry there. Let's take a look at row 2. Now look at those fans starting to come into play here for our beautiful fan stitch. Very, very nice. This looks a little wobbly, but as we work the pattern, it's going to come together nicely, so don't fret. So row 1, row 2, let's move on to row 3. Hey, are you enjoying putting together all of the beautiful heirloom sampler blocks for our heirloom Afghan crochet along? If so, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, check out the playlist that has all of the videos for every block for our crochet along, and be sure to share the video with your friends that like to crochet. Okay, let's get back to our project for this week. For row 3, we're going to chain 3 and turn our work. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to turn our work around here. Now this is going to count as our first double crochet of a row now and throughout the rest of the pattern. So that means it's attached to this stitch right here. This is our first double crochet. We're going to double crochet in the next double crochet. So remember, not this one, but the next one. We're going to double crochet in this stitch here. And we're going to double crochet in each stitch across. So we're going to double crochet all the way to the end here, even on the top of our fans. So moving across, we're just going to place a double crochet in each stitch, making sure you go through both the front loop and the back loop of each stitch as you go. So I'm going to work my double crochet stitches across, and I will meet up with you when we get to the end of the row. I'm here to the end of our row. I'm putting our final double crochet here in this last stitch here. And let's take our hook off of our work here and lay this down, and let's do a stitch count, because according to our pattern, at the end of this row, we should have 25 double crochet. Now keeping in mind that our first chain 3 here, when we turned, that counts as a double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. We are right on schedule for where we need to be. Let's put our hook back on our work here so we don't lose anything. And let's move on to row 4. We're going to chain 3 and turn our work. 1, 2, and 3. and turning our work. Now remember, this chain 3 counts as a double crochet. We want to double crochet in the next stitch right here. There we go. So in essence, we actually have 2 double crochet, 1 in each stitch here. In this next stitch here, we're going to place 4 treble crochet. So we're going right into our trebles at the beginning right here of row 4. So we want 4 of them, which technically kind of sounds like half of a fan. Here's 2. 3. This is a little easier because you don't run out of real estate so quickly. And there's 4. So we have 4 treble crochet already starting in on row 4 here. We're going to skip the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to single crochet in the next 3 stitches after that. So right here is 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and 3 single crochet. I see what's happening here. I want to talk about it when we get to the end of the row. Do you see what's happening? I do. We're going to skip the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to place 7 treble crochet in the very next stitch. So we're back to the 7 trebles. Right here in this stitch, 7 treble crochet. Here's our first one. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to start pushing my work aside here to make room for 3 more treble crochet in that stitch. 5, 6, 1 more into that same stitch, 7 treble crochet. There we go. We're going to skip the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to place a single crochet in the 3 stitches after that. So right here is 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and 3 single crochet. We're going to skip the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and right here placing 4 treble crochet. So here's 1, 2 treble crochet. In the same stitch, here's our 3rd treble crochet. 1 more time in that stitch, here's our 4th treble crochet. We've got this stitch and this chain that counts as a stitch left. That's all we've got left here at the end of this row. We're going to double crochet in each of those stitches. So a double crochet here in that true double crochet, and then a double crochet here in this chain up 3 that counts as a double crochet. So there we've completed that row. Let's take our hook out, let's lay our work down, and let's discuss what is going on here in this really unique block. When we start here and we've got the 4 and we end with the 4 treble crochet, you can see we've got fans starting here and we've got a fan in the middle here. They're tessellating. They're tessellating into each other. So here we've got fans down here, and then we've got fans that are going to go in the in-between spaces of our fans that will tessellate as we go. So as our block grows, we're going to have our fans kind of going up in kind of a diagonal pattern back and forth. It's going to be very pretty when it's done, but it's a little bit of a booger. So stick with me. We're going to go on now and we're going to go to row 5. And let's see what happens in row 5. Getting our hook back on our work here and going to row 5, we're going to chain 3 and turn 1, 2, and 3. And turn our work. And just like in row 3, which is an odd row, this is an odd row, row 5 is odd, we're just going to double crochet all the way across our work. So not in this first stitch because this double crochet counts as a first stitch. We're going to go to the very next stitch and we're going to place a double crochet. And then we're going to place a double crochet in each stitch across for row 5. Make sure you work through both the front loop and the back loop in every stitch in this block. And I'm going to work across to the end of the row since all we're doing is double crochet in every single stitch across. And I'll meet up with you when I get there. Okay, I've completed row 5. I'm down here to the end. I have 24 double crochet. Don't forget that this chain 3 counts as a double crochet. We're going to place a double crochet in there as well so that we end that row with 25 stitches. Let's move on to row 6. For row 6, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. We're going to single crochet in the first 4 double crochet. So since we chained 1 and it says to work in the first, make sure we work in this one right here. We're going to single crochet 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're single crocheting in the first 4 stitches of row 6. We're going to skip the next 3 double crochets. So skip 1, 2, 3 stitches. And we're going to place a fan, those 7 treble crochet in the next stitch. So again, we're skipping 1, 2, 3, and our 7 treble crochets are going right there. So let's start that fan process right here of 7 treble crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is about the point where I like to kind of push my work over, give myself a little more room. 5, 6, and 7. There we go. There's our 7 treble crochet. We're going to skip the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to place a single crochet in the 3 stitches after that. So here's 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and 3 single crochet. We're going to skip the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and right here in this next stitch we're going to do another fan. So 7 more treble crochet in that stitch right there. So we will have 2 full fans on this row. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 more in that teeny little space there, and 7. Okay, we're going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to single crochet in the next 3 stitches. There's 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and 3 single crochet. Let's not forget that this counts as a stitch right here. So we're just going to single crochet in the top of that chain 3 there. And there we go. This is a bumpy block, but as it smooths out, it'll be fine. But you can see our fans here. We have half of a fan coming down and half of a fan coming down and a full fan in the center here. And now we're working on 2 fans here. So what we want to do now is we're going to repeat rows 3 through 6 until our block is approximately 7 inches square. So what we're going to do is we're going to do row 3 again. We're going to chain 3 and turn, and we're going to do double crochets all the way across. We'll do 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'll meet up with you after I do that repeat one more time. Okay, I have repeated rows 3 through 6 one more time. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not quite where I need it. Let's take a block from earlier. This was our popcorn diamond. And if I just kind of line this up here with our popcorn diamond, I can see that we're good from side to side. But I just need a little bit more across the top here. I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe just one more row of the double crochets across will be enough to get me there. I'm going to complete one more row of double crochet across. We'll come back and see how things look, and then we'll wrap up this block. I think you'll agree with me, the booger was the beginning row. That was a booger. But after that, this is just a series of triple crochets and then single crochets and skips. And then our rows of double crochets. It actually started to come together nicely once I got the flow of it. How did it go for you? I am surprised. I didn't have to frog this. As I worked it, it started to come together in my head quite nicely. I'm going to complete one more row of the double crochets across here, and let's see where we end up. So in essence, I'm actually just repeating row 3 again. I'm going to chain 3 and turn my work. Let's move our diamonds out of the way there. We're just going to complete a double crochet all the way across in every single stitch. I'll meet up with you when I get to the end of this row and we'll see how things are looking. Coming here to the end of that repeat of that row 3, and I think we're a little bit closer to a block that is going to work for us. Let's go ahead. I'm going to turn this block upside down so we don't have the popcorns in the way. We'll place this one on top of it here. And I think what I want to do is I want to go for a block that is going to have a little bit of stretch. If I make it too big and it puckers in the middle, it's not going to be pretty on my afghan. So I'm going to line it up here on the bottom, side to side, looks beautiful. And look, as we come across here, by the time I put my border on and this pulls up, I think we're going to be okay for our size. So for this block, the fan stitch, I completed rows 1 through 6. I repeated 3 through 6, and then I did one more row of 3, and this is going to give me the block that I need. So now all I need to do is round one of my edging. Don't finish off because round 2 should be in the same color. Both rounds should be in color A. So complete both rounds of your edging, and then all you need to do to finish things up is to just get yourself a tag right on here what block this is. This is block 40, the fan stitch in color A, and set this aside with your other blocks while they'll stay clean and dry until we're ready to put our afghan together. Thank you so much for joining me here in the craft room today. This one was a fun one. It started out as a booger. I think it turned out okay, and it is a beautiful stitch. Until I see you next week, let's see what next week's pattern is. The fan and popcorn block. Oh my goodness, that's going to be something really interesting to work on. Until I see you then, take care of yourself, take care of each other, have a blessed day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.